What up, though? Let me turn this down. All right, can y'all hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me. All right, cool. So what's good? What up? All the cryptopians out there. I need to stop shaking. I need to find a way to stop shaking my camera. I'm first number one fan. Yeah, Bird Dog was actually technically the number one fan. She is legit my first follower ever. And I can never change that. Shout out to Bird Dog. Shout out to Ashma. Shout out to everybody, man. Everybody that rocking with Truce, man, on the Truce train. Shout out. Straight up. Right. We keeping the strength to 100. I'm hoping I get some people in here today and talk about some I want to talk about some controversial stuff. I want some people to come in and prove that Bird Dog was my first subscriber. I'm pretty sure it's a way to do that. If it is, I don't have a problem. I'll show you. Bird Dog was definitely, what up, Human from Earth? Bird Dog was definitely the first. I'll never forget that. I had to make this YouTube channel, and it was like, boop, Bird Dog has subscribed. I was like, oh, I was shocked. I didn't even do anything to get a subscriber. What up, OG? You know, I'm chilling in the building, holding it down, keeping it 100, keeping it 1,000 at all times. Like I said, shit, we try and get some people in here. Oh, let me I don't know, man. But see, that's the thing. That's another thing about YouTube. Like right now, ain't nobody really checking for crypto. Like the people that's checking for crypto is people that's already in crypto. But there is some controversial stuff in that too. So yeah, what's up? Drop it. Give me a topic, man. Like, oh, and also this one I need to find a way to share my oh, this is not with the Google Hangouts. I want to do the Google Hangouts thing so I can invite people to join the live stream. I'll figure it out later, whatever. Y'all know how I get down. Let's see here. I don't think this is this. This is something else. What does this do? Hold on, hang up. What's this? Oh, I don't know. Is that it? No, it's the share button. All right, whatever. BCH will flip with BTC due to network issues with BTC and majority miner switching algorithms to BCH. Wrong. Nope. You are incorrect, sir. You are so incorrect. And the reason why is this. The reason why BCH will not flip with BTC is because Bitcoin is that number one store of value, right? Well, hold on now. I see. I understand what you're talking about. And you know what? I talk a lot of shit about Bcash, but at the same time, too, I can see Bitcoin Cash being the more daily transactions, but I still don't think that'll make it flip with Bitcoin based off the fact of Bitcoin. That's like saying that Bitcoin Cash will overtake Bitcoin is like saying the dollar will take over gold. Like most of these crypto, like you're getting your value, the value set will be based off of Bitcoin. Right. So like how you said, gold is the number one store of value, risky to hold, whatever, right? BTC is the number one store of value. It always will be that, you know. And another thing too about like the whole flip type thing, right? Like XRP almost flipped. Like if XRP would have got listed on Coinbase back in like December, the market cap, it would have overtook the market cap. And this is the thing that people have to understand is that your market cap doesn't even always necessarily, and like I said, you can change my mind on this too. It doesn't necessarily always Am I muted? What is that? I'm muted. Oh, this. It doesn't always. All right. So, for example, say if I have a piece of paper, right? And I have this piece of paper and this envelope, and I have 100,000 of these envelopes, and I just made these envelopes, and I sell one envelope for $1. Does that mean I have $100,000? No, that's how market cap works. It's just saying, hey, the value right now is what you can see that you can sell one of these for. That's all. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily worth that. It's just saying that that's the cap for it. So even if it flips, and that flip that you're talking about is, I'm assuming, the coin market cap, which, look at the name, the coin market cap. They're just talking about the market cap. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best store of value. So that's why I said nah. And I just don't see it happening. It's almost like saying, how can you be better than your master? Like Bitcoin is looking at BCH like, I'm your master's master. Like, the store of value, the value that's giving this, all this, making it work, is the trading pair and the fact that, it's the number one store of value. He says, I think it depends on which one saw scaling first. I don't believe so, because, all right, put it to you like this. And, this right here is typically speculation, but like just me being in crypto, and even if I was somebody that believed in BCH, right? Like no, I would still want Bitcoin. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would still want Bitcoin. Like, the first, most secure, number one, the first store of value that is setting and being the foundation of all of this. That is going to be the ground. Like, everyone is always going to want Bitcoin. Always. And I could be wrong. And if they're not always going to want it, then it's like something unforeseen, tragic, like the infrastructure of it would have to be destroyed or some kind of way or something, which is like, we already know how that works with the ledger stuff. But if it, like you said, the flip, that's another thing. Like I said, just because it flips on, that's another thing I kind of like about coin market cap, is because it's just a coin market cap. And I know you can select the different things to make it, categorize however you want, but it's like if it flips on coin market cap because it has a higher market cap, does that mean it's more necessarily valuable to do what it is that you need to do? It's possible that XRP beats out BCH and becomes the chosen daily settlement crypto. Let me read this again. It's possible that XRP beats out BCH and becomes the chosen daily settlement for crypto. The reason why that one is going to be difficult is because, that might not really be too much, because you have to create a wallet for XRP, you have to burn, you got to have the 20 coins in there to begin with. And let's say that XRP goes to $5, which it probably will, once, because I think XRP already has everything in place. Everything they want to do and plan to do is actually done. It's just once the banks just engage what they're doing, boom. You're looking at, I think it was like, don't quote me on these numbers, but like some trillion, whatever amount that's being utilized. So now once XRP jumps on, once banks start using that, XRP going $5 easy, right? So now you got to have 20 XRP just to create the wallet to hold. And then, so you're basically saying, all right, now humans are just going to want to use XRP for daily transactions. The community already doesn't like XRP because it's being utilized by banks, which is what we are trying to get rid of. So that's going to be a tough one. I hodl mostly Litecoin. But what does Litecoin do, though? What does Litecoin do? Like, why would I need Litecoin to, like... And that's why I say I hate even saying this out of my mouth, because I'm really against, like, the BCH fork, but I could see where it would get to the point to where I was like, oh, okay, well, the network is clogged or whatever. Because like I said, it would be like my store value, like people that relate to gold, like the real true base value of something, right? It'd be like, oh man, well, the gold network's clogged, and that's not real, quick, small transaction money anyway. It's like, I just feel like, and yeah, I know the Lightning Network, and they're going to, they're working to try and make Bitcoin to a point where it's more scalable, to where you could do a lot of daily transactions without a lot of high transaction fees. But at the same time, to me, just me personally, I'm okay with it not being scalable because I would want to more have Bitcoin as more just like I said, like my bulk bank. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I got 100 BTC. It's just like that's my, I don't know, my foundation. Like okay, like that's like my bank. You know, like that's my core value, and then stuff that I'm using every day. Like okay, because I don't want to get. It's like when I get Bitcoin, I don't want to get rid of it. I hate getting rid of it. I hate even trading for other stuff. So, like, if I had BCH or Litecoin or something like for a small transaction, that's kind of what I would use it for. That's kind of how I see it. I see Bitcoin like, okay, Bitcoin is like my house, where these other coins, like Litecoin, I'll exchange that all day. Like, okay, I'm not trying to hodl that. It's not like something I'm using like Steam. Like I use Steam, like things on Ethereum blockchain. Like these are things that you're using. Bitcoin is more like that bulk store of value. Human for Earth says, to be honest, the only thing holding Nano from being the highest is the lack of trading pairs. Yeah. I'm talking about flipping the daily active users. Potentially. I was disappointed by Litecoin, yet I'm a buyer at this level. Like, I was looking at, like I said, I look at the coins all the time, and I'm just like, damn, like, as a just a person that uses crypto, in the future, let's delete fiat, right? So like there's no more fiat. There's no more fiat, and everything you get paid in cryptocurrency, everything, right? Let's just say, this world is to the point, I'm looking in the future, everything is straight crypto. Which coins would I really use? And for what? Like, would I really need Litecoin if it's easy, fast, and free to transact between two people, Steam? Or Bitcoin Cash, or just anything that's free and fast. If Litecoin is slow, Litecoin might be the free, fast transaction. Bitcoin is obviously going to have a miner's fee. There's going to be fees, and then especially after it's too tough to mine, like the miners are going to want to have to get paid. Like I'm just thinking, like, okay, if I had to pay Bird Dog for, I'm buying a book from her, it's like, what am I going to use? I'm not going to use Bitcoin right now. Because I'm going to be like, yo, hold on, whoa, like, that's my big dog. Like, this is my store of value. This is what I'm worth. This is, mind you, there's no fiat, right? This is all crypto. I would not buy that book with Bitcoin. I would be like, oh, dang, do I got some Litecoin somewhere? Do I got some Bitcoin Cash? Like, does she have a Steam account? Like, let me use that. Like, that's just my mentality. And just because I think like that doesn't mean everybody thinks like that, but that's just, I'm kind of like that. And then it's like, oh, dang, I'm about to go buy this yacht. Okay, well, I'm obviously not walking around with that much Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Like, all right, let me go ahead and take a hack off my big Bitcoin chunk, my big Bitcoin gold bar versions of FOMO3D. Sure, we can talk about that. BTC is the alpha male. That's true. FOMO3D, number one on the DAT radar. I agree. LTC brand project is damaged at this moment. From what though? What do you think damaged it? Because I mean, like I said, to me, it's all about use case. Like, all right, so we'll start with, okay, you said P3D, FOMO3D, and Litecoin, right? So P3D, what's the use case? Like, you're gambling, you're putting something in, you're holding as long as you can, you're earning dividends from other people putting in and selling, and then you're getting out, and then that's your profit. FOMO3D, what's the use case? You're putting money in or value in that you can't get back unless you win, and just you're getting the dividends along the way, but if you're not the winner, then the bulk of what you put in is gone. It's like a jackpot gamble. And then what's the purpose of Litecoin? Like fast transactions, people would rather use and spend that versus holding on to Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, versus spending Bitcoin because of the better store of value. I mean, that's pretty much how I see it. I mean, that's literally how I see it. Like I said, I'm using the imagination to where there is no more fiat. It's just crypto. Because that's the future. Changed my mind. I agree, like about staking ETH. Yeah, but staking ETH, you can just stake. How's that staking ETH? You're not staking ETH because if you were staking, when you're staking something, it works on the algorithm, right? And basically, like you stake it, you hold it, which means you're just holding it, and based on that, you're going to get more of that coin. So if you're saying that because you're holding P3D, you're getting more ETH, but what if nobody's buying or selling? Then you're not staking. So that's not. I wouldn't say that that's staking. You know, when I think of staking, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Like you're putting a stake, saying, "Hey, boom, this is what I'm holding. I'm supporting this part of this network, and for that, I'm getting rewarded by more tokens." But that's not how P3D works. P3D is a game. P3D is a mind game. If anything, it's a definitely mind game. VeChain, yes, I agree with V. I feel that VeChain will definitely have a use case in the future, and if not VeChain or something like it, but VeChain is definitely on the list of, hey, with no more fiat, or even with fiat. I mean, you're solving a problem. I mean, everyone that knows anything about how things usually work, like if you solve a problem, that's where the money is. Solving a problem. Bitcoin solves a problem. VeChain solves a problem. You know, these other coins that are doing fast transactions and stuff like that, they're solving a problem. Charlie Lee alone brought the FUD, but it can turn positive with any new development. VeChain issue. Well, I think Charlie Lee, I don't know, man. I think people be having ulterior motives. Like how he sold all his to make it more decentralized. You know, like I said, at the core, I try and wipe away all the smoke and mirrors and try and really see. Like I said, I try and fast forward 10 years from now and ask myself, why would I use Litecoin? If there's a use case to why I feel I would use Litecoin, okay, then that's solving a problem. And humans tend to go toward things that solve problems. So if Litecoin solves some type of problem, it will be around. Period. I mean, Charlie Lee said whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. If people have a use case that it solves a problem, Litecoin will be there until it is no longer needed. Same with Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin solves the problem. It's trying to solve this bank problem that we're having. Okay, we have people just printing money, just creating. You know, the government's just printing money. The inflation rate's out of control. People don't own their own value. Hold on, breaking up. If it ain't got a real world use case, it don't solve some kind of problem, kiss it goodbye. Trust me, it's gone. It's gone. And if it ain't holding it down and there's not something that better that came out for it, yeah, Truce. All right, let me promote my stuff real quick. Yeah, but let me see here. All right, I'm back. All right, dang, 3 people left just off that. But yeah, give my 5 likes. All right, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, so ontology. I don't know nothing about that. Tell me about it. Sell it to me. Why? Tell me why is it going to have a great use case in the future? Why would I use it? Why would the 58-year-old lady at the corner store use it? Look, me neither. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, share it on Twitter. We get people in here talking. Because I know you share it on Twitter, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, a Bitcoin this, a crypto that. I want those people in here. This is the home team right here. I need some people coming in here like, oh, you know what? That's bull crap. We talking about change my mind, Bitcoin to $1 million, and use case coins. I'm pretty much telling people like, look, if you don't have a use case, it's not solving the problem, kiss that shit goodbye. P3D and VeChain long hold solid gains. Speculation. Dang, he agreed with me, so can't change my mind. Hold on, let me put it on my Twitter. I need to put this on my Instagram. I got 20,000 followers on Instagram. Hold on. I'm about to put this on my Instagram real quick. And you know what's weird is like throughout the day, I've been talking to people and they be hating, but I can't never find them when I'm ready to give them that fire. All right, throw this up here. This is what happened. Yeah, I got it. Shut up. Paste that there. Tweet. And let me throw one on Instagram. All right, but yeah, Instagram, yeah, but see, like Instagram pumping because that's what I've been doing for the last, I don't know how many years I've been doing Instagram, but I only been on YouTube for like 6 months. Damn, man, what's up now? Nope, I'm not in F3D. I didn't get in. I only got a little bit of P3D left. I'm actually thinking about selling. All my crypto's tied up, and yeah, I did change. All my crypto's tied up, and I don't really have no fiat. Like the fiat I'm earning every day, like I'm exchanging it for some type of crypto every day. Like when I think about P3D, I think about like going to the casino, you know? I think about like Vegas, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like FOMO 3D is like the jackpot in Vegas or something like that. Like, you know, P3D is like you go and play like slots and stuff. Like I said, real world, you know, are people going to gamble in the future? Like I said, wipe away all the smoke and mirrors. Like ask yourself, anytime a coin comes up, ask yourself 10 years from now when there's no more fiat, what are people going to use these coins for? There's always going to be people gambling. So there's always going to be people using some type of like P3D or FOMO 3D type platform. Are people always going to blog and stuff like that? Yeah, Steam it. You know, media. Like they're always going to do that. VeChain, supplies, tracking, all that. Yes, they're going to do stuff like that. Buying coffee, buying small things, fast transactions. Yeah, they're always going to do that. So there's going to be a coin for that. Privacy coins. There will be like 1 or 2 main privacy coins that people want to keep things private. So you can guarantee that that's going to be around. Bitcoin, store of value, like the base foundation, like these are the things that are going to be around. Like, and this is another thing people like for the long term hold, for the short term hold. Yeah, you know, like speaking like that, doing like that that's more generating money, you know. But we're going to get to a point to where it's not necessarily, like your focus isn't going to be that. Your focus is going to, like you're thinking that way now because you're making investment decisions instead of saying, hey, this is the future and we're going to use it like that. Right now, like everyone is like in the investment stage. They're like, well, what's good so I can buy now so I could get rich later? Well, there ain't nothing wrong. I'm just saying, like, that's why people will be like, well, I'm holding this for the long term versus I'm holding this because in the future, I'm going to want to be able to do this a lot. And I'm getting a lot of it now already. You know, like, for example, like Steam. Like, you have different type of people that buy Steam. You have people that buy Steam because they feel that the platform is going to go to $100 Steam one day, and then they're going to cash out into fiat, and then they're going to use a bunch of fiat to do whatever they want. They're not going to have Steam anymore. Then you have the person that thinks that they're going to buy a bunch of Steam. I'm using Steam as an example. They're going to buy a bunch of Steam, wait for the price to go to 100 per Steam in fiat, and then they're going to cash out to fiat. But they're not going to want to cash out to fiat because fiat isn't going to be worth a damn because now crypto is the medium. Like everyone's going to want crypto and not fiat. So you did all this buying in to save up all this Steam just to try and think you're going to cash out one day. And when that one day gets here, you realize, well, fuck fiat. Like I got 100,000 Steam. Well, let me just use that because that's now setting the standard. See, people are basing their cryptos off of the USD standard instead of off of Bitcoin. And we're going to get to a point to where it's being based off of Bitcoin and not USD. People are going to be like, why are you pairing that with USD? Like, it's trash. You have, 10 Bitcoins. Like, that's one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. You have 100,000 Steam. You're not going to be like, well, 100,000 Steam is worth 100,000 USD. You're going to be like, well, 100,000 Steam is worth X amount of Bitcoin. And so I think that's what's going to happen. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking it, using these cryptos as investments, but just keep your mind open right there in the back. Like, one day it's not going to be like that. Like steaming is good, long haul, true, for investment type of purposes. Have you read the Bitcoin standard? Nope. Gambling and real world use case. Yep. Which gambling is a real world use case. Like people, they do that. Gambling, I read that. 5 million. Wait, 5, 10, 25, 50, 100 Satoshi chips out of casino. Do any of you create content? Steven, that's what I do. Yeah, I create content. One day, not yet. You're right. Not yet. You're right. You are right. I definitely agree with that, Mark. Let me see something. Bitcoin standard. All right, so I just Googled that and I'll check that out. I'm definitely gonna. I read a lot of books, so yeah, I'm gonna read that next. See what that's all about. Ashma says, "What if we have fiat backed? What if we have fiat backed by crypto that is public info instead of holding gold and vaults? That shit crazy." So it would be like, so you're saying paper money that is printed, first of all, by who? To represent a certain amount of Bitcoin. Now, if you try to come, now, okay, so I'm putting myself in their shoes. Let's say it's 10 years from now, right? And somebody comes to me and they're like, with some paper Bitcoin. And they're like, here, take this $10 in Bitcoin. I'm be like, nah, dog, transfer that shit to my fucking wallet. I don't know. I mean, if that happens, then I don't see myself using that. Because, like I said, that kind of, I don't know if I'm feeling that, bro. Because if you can print something to represent something, you can just print as much of that shit as you fucking want, and it defeats the purpose of the security. The fact that what makes Bitcoin so secure is that it runs on the blockchain. And if you have other things that represent that, if I'm reading what you said correctly, then that defeats the purpose of the fact that it's Bitcoin. I'm going to get that piece of paper that is backed by crypto, and I'm going to be like, this isn't it. This paper isn't on the blockchain. Like, what is this? It's just a piece of paper. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, you hot dog. Because I just started thinking about it. I was like, what? Yeah, truce. Just truce yourself. Ultimate truce, bro. I'm like, what? Okay. Uphold wallet allows trading from USD to gold. Oh, you know what? I think I was watching a video about that. I can't remember who it was. It was like the owner of that system or whatever. I don't know if it was like the CEO or something of Uphold. Well, maybe that's what it was called, but he had some kind of thing where it was that. And no, I don't know if it was it. They were talking about how, and they were even accepting for one moment, they were saying they were letting you trade Bitcoin for gold, but you had to trade your Bitcoin to fiat to gold, and they used it all on like their platform. And so, and he was all mad, like, oh no, I'm not accepting Bitcoin for gold. I'm making them trade it for the fiat. But I think that was somebody else. It was that famous guy that always argues with Bitcoin people. I wish he was on here. School his ass. Yeah, I can't remember his name. I was watching a debate. Like, he always gets on there and debates. What's up, Mitch? He always gets on there and debates about Bitcoin. It's like, man, shut up, man. Has anybody seen the what's the name of that? It was talking about the average rate of increase of Bitcoin would actually put Bitcoin at 5 million, I think, by 2022 or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. I'll find it later. But I was like, damn. I mean, that's pretty amazing. But I mean, that's at the average. And then one thing that sucks about that is that it's the average. So you're going to have to sit here and live all through all those dips. Like, what I did was, it was pretty interesting. I went back on and looked at some people's YouTube. I tried to find people that were in crypto the longest, like the last, as many years as I could, like 3 years, 2 years. And what I did was I went back to only their crypto videos. And what I did was I would watch their video and look at the date. and see how they felt at that time. And then I'm going to go look at the chart of Bitcoin and be like, okay, so at that moment, they don't know what's coming, but I do because I'm looking at the chart and I'm seeing how they feel. And as I'm watching their videos and I'm watching the chart, I'm kind of matching it up to see like, okay, in this type of market, knowing that this is coming and they don't know this, how do they feel? How is the general population feeling about that? Because usually, like I said, 90% of all the traders are kind of feeling the same way. So however you're probably feeling, that's kind of how the majority of people are going to kind of feel. So I'm watching their videos and I'm matching it up to the chart. And what I learned from that was, at some points they were really right. At some points it was like they would talk about how they thought a pump was coming and a pump really came. It may not happen exactly like how they thought. You could tell how they felt when the market was really flat. It just made me feel, it just prepared me for what I feel is to come. So when the market gets a certain way, I already know how the majority of people are most likely going to feel in that type of market. Me personally, I do still think that we have a little ways to go in the bear market. But the chart tells the true tale. Once we start making higher highs and higher lows, then obviously, we're turning around. But I just think we still have a little way to go. And for me, I'm happy because, accumulation phase, baby. Collect all the crypto that you can. One day, and that's another thing about YouTube is, like, we just not, the Truce train just ain't pumping that tough right now because ain't nobody checking for crypto videos, but I don't care. I'm going to do crypto every single day. I don't care, bro. On the internet, off the internet, on the side of the internet, under the internet, on top of the internet, I'm doing crypto every day. I don't care if it's one person watching. I don't care if I'm just watching myself, because when a bull run comes, another fun thing is like looking back at, like I said, one day I'm going to look back at my videos. I'm going to look back at y'all videos. 2 years from now, people that are on YouTube doing crypto still, they will be the people that's in crypto for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. 10 years from now, I'll be like Bird Dog. Like, it's going to be always new people coming in. I'm like, hey, Bird Dog, remember that other bear market? See, like, they don't understand what's coming. Like, they think it's over and woo-de-woo. So I think it's interesting. I'm having a good time, and I appreciate everybody that's following me along on this journey. And we're just going to keep the Truce train rolling. Everybody here probably already subscribed. And hey, I just want to check in with y'all, see what's good. I did just drop my last video, so go check that out if you didn't see it already. I do crypto every day, and I'm all about comedy and having fun. So you're going to catch a little serious stuff here and there. Like, mostly when I go live, I really don't talk too much legit stuff unless I'm going live. But Ashma says, P3D Heem in at the last minute. What up, Steam Heem? It will be hard for me to start spending crypto on daily purchases until the market isn't so volatile. Well, yeah, until we get to that point to where it's like, boom, I still keep fiat to spend, because it's no sense in me exchanging a certain amount of fiat when I know I'm just going to have to exchange that crypto for fiat to buy something to drink at 7-Eleven, when I should have just kept it in fiat and just spent that anyway, especially in the bear market when everything's losing. If it was a bull market, then yeah, put everything in fiat. Put everything from fiat to crypto, and then everything's pumping up anyway. So you're going to wind up being able to get more fiat for it. That's smart. But the bear market, just keep your fiat where it is and use it for, just not financial advice. Bitcoin at 2K confirmed. Okay. You know what? That's perfectly. You know what is, and even if it does drop below what I'm about to say, I still would. I won't care if it dropped down to $1. But if Bitcoin, let's get stupid here. If Bitcoin drops below the previous all-time high, below the second previous all-time high, which I think is like the 1200, when it peaked up to that and then dropped down and went all the way up to 19. If Bitcoin drops below like 1800 or 1200, I think. God, I gotta look back at the chart. Then I would be like, oh shit. Actually, if it dropped below, I'm trying to think of my oh shit. Everybody has their oh shit level. My oh shit level, my first oh shit level would be, like, I would not sweat if Bitcoin went to $4,000 or even like $3,000. I wouldn't sweat. I wouldn't be like, oh shit. If we had a three, you know, if Bitcoin was like 33 to 3,800, like for 6 months, like I wouldn't be shitting bricks. I would be like, okay, this is the bottom, this is low, and it's going to be like this for a long time, and then we about to pump. But if Bitcoin started getting around like that 1,800, $2,000, like it started knocking on that door of the last, like it's going to dip below that last all time, and it depends on how long it does it. I'd be like, oh shit. I'd be like, ooh. And then you got to remember, if Bitcoin is that low, look how low the other coins are going to be, man. Shit, I'll be like, fuck, boy, Steam be like 14 cents. I'm like, oh, shit. But I still wouldn't give up. I probably wouldn't give up on crypto. Bitcoin would have to be like, even less than 1,000. I still wouldn't see myself being like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably say Bitcoin in the low hundreds. And it stays in the low hundreds for like, because for Bitcoin to get in the low hundreds with everybody that's in now that knows what Bitcoin can do, is like, how the fuck could we ever get that low? Like that many people sold off. You know, all these people that know how high Bitcoin can go, look at all the people that would have to sell off for you to get that low. So that's what I said. I mean, it would have to be low for an extended period of time, like Bitcoin, or something just dramatic news like, oh, the blockchain is just broken and we know that it's irreparable. But then other cryptocurrencies would take over and we would still be utilizing crypto. So, I mean, there ain't no end. Crypto dead, bro. Get a real job. Yeah, I heard you talking about, okay, you talking about that, but you was in there getting schooled earlier in the Discord. Truce. Now he was like, yo, they can't get rid of me because I got a security clearance. Boy, they'll fire the fuck out your ass. You know they'll fire Steam Heen. Boy, they'll fire you so quick. You the government too. I don't care what kind of security clearance you got. I'm in the military. I know how they get down. They don't give a damn. You ain't nothing but a number, bruh. They'll get somebody quick. Truce. You gotta really have a specialty for you to be special with the government. You got to be like the only one that can fucking, I don't know. Oh, and by the way, like I ain't all educated on Discord, but so if your name is Steam Heen in that Discord, like you can have a different name if you go to a different Discord, or like what? Like how the fuck that shit work? Oh, he probably left. Oh, yep. Oh, man, you can have different names. Oh. Okay, I ain't know that. What about the profile pic? You have a different profile pic depending on which one you go to? Because I don't be all changing clothes and shit like you do. I just stay who I am in whatever Discord. I'm P4 Heme in party. Oh, okay. But what about your profile pic? Like you change them too? Oh, damn. What else you got? What else you invested in, Heme? What else you think is the future? What other coins you think is going to be the future? You know, ontology, I mean, heck. I fuck with Neo. How many coins they got? Store digital assets and build your digital identity. Would I use this in the future? IDs? Yeah, because I can see everything on blockchain, like birth certificates and all that. ID verification, stuff like that. Are you in it just for investment purposes, or are you actually believing the project like, hey, this is something that you're going to utilize in the future? Oh, you relinquished your financial advisor license that you had? Okay, roger that.